Let's go to this chat now. The MK Party is set to celebrate its first anniversary in Durban at the weekend. The party was established a year ago by former President Jacob Zuma. The party garnered almost 15% of the national vote in May, making it the third biggest party in South Africa. The MK Party spokesperson, Nhlamulo Ndhlela, now joins us to talk to us ahead of this weekend's celebration. Nhlamulo, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. So I guess it's all systems go for the party's first anniversary celebration at this weekend. Can you tell us in terms of the numbers, how many people you are expecting to come through?
Well, good morning to yourself, Aldrin, and good morning to your viewers. Indeed, it has been a journey since the announcement as at the 16th of December 2023, leading up to now, uMkhonto weSizwe party being the official opposition in the National Assembly, representation in the various provinces, the legislatures, and, we only aim to grow from there. What we're going to be celebrating come the 15th of December is really commemorating all the South Africans that came out in their numbers to vote for uMkhonto weSizwe as the only other option that they had. Because as you'll recall, what we know as now the former liberation movement was no longer a solution or a party worth voting for because they didn't represent the people. So we are now communicating with our people and saying we commemorate you, we celebrate you, and we can only grow in leaps and bounds from here.
Yeah, and this celebration will be taking place also at a very same venue where when uMkhonto weSizwe political party was declaring that it would be winning the elections by a 2/3 majority. That didn't happen. What's the party's reflection then to the party hopefuls that will be joining the party this weekend to celebrate the first anniversary of the party?
Well, let's deal with that particular point. We arrive at this point because we've stated categorically that there has been vote rigging. And as you would have seen, as with the statement that was read out by the Secretary General, Nieko Floyd Shivambu, we stated that we will be pursuing this and we'll be announcing the reinstitution of our case come the new year. And then chairperson, in this case, Commander Nhlamulo, also gave examples of that. So, the 2/3 majority, we're quite concerned, we're quite comfortable that we had reached we had garnered a huge support, and the numbers that we got from a voting in all the provinces was much higher than what we find today. And you can see what's happening in KZN. What happened in KZN was by design. And that example was given. But I wouldn't want to get into the merits of the case at this point in time. All I want to focus on, and what we want to focus on, is celebrating with our people who are going to have in the morning a very intense cultural activities. We're going to have a prayer session, and then the political agenda, part of the agenda then starts around midday. Then President Zuma speaks, and we expect that by 4:30 will be closed. So people can expect a lot of festivities. It's going to be exhilarating. It's going to be exciting. People are going to get T-shirts. We've organized for people to come in from Mlazi, Kwamashu, and the various townships by way of train, which will then train them straight to literally a kilometer away from Mabhida Stadium. And what more can we say? We're busing in people from various provinces. And we are ready for a historic anniversary.
Will you be unveiling any new senior members?
Well, I guess you'd have to wait and see. uMkhonto weSizwe always has surprises. We always have something in our hats. So that's why I say, you never want to miss when uMkhonto weSizwe is at play, because there's always something that might just pop out.
Okay. You've invited a number of political parties, including the EFF. Have any of these political parties responded as yet, including the EFF, on whether or not they will be attending?
Well, we've got political parties that have responded, who are part of the Progressive Caucus. But as you know, there are sensitivities pertaining to other, political parties, specifically those that we believe are progressive in the form of not the ANC of Ramaphosa, but the ANC that we know. But again, you'd know that the EFF, for instance, as an example, has got their conference. So would it be feasible for them to come through? No, it wouldn't be feasible. But what we have done is we've said all progressive parties must come through. If they are unable to, they'll communicate accordingly, and nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Does uMkhonto weSizwe political party think that progressive caucus in parliament could be in jeopardy, considering the tension between yourself as well as the EFF currently, with also the accusation that MK party is poaching EFF members?
Well, look, I mean, in politics, what is said in most cases is more than what meets the eye, and can always be left to interpretation. I mean, when it's said that MK party is, for instance, accused, or not accused, so is actually the official opposition in the form of them being a threat. We are not a threat. We're not an enemy. We are only an enemy to the government of national unity. So yes, we're a threat to the government of national unity and no one else. We want to unite Africans. We want to unite black parties, because we can never fulfill our agenda of emancipating our people if we're not united. And that is what we're always calling for. So anything beyond that is not something that would be of interest to us. We are focusing on liberating our people, and we cannot do that if we're going to stay divided. We have to unite, and uMkhonto weSizwe party, including the Progressive Caucus, that we work very well with in Parliament, because we have programs with them in Parliament and outside of Parliament, and we'll continue to pursue those. Anything else beyond that, quite honestly, is not of our interests.